Hey, Andy Benson here again. I've got a great technique to show you today that I think you're going to love this. This is really cool, works very well every single time that you execute this, but you've got to do it right. You've got to execute it right. And the other good thing about this technique is it kind of flies under the radar, if you like, of people, prospects, potential customers that you may have who maybe perceive you as being someone who's always pitching to them all the time. So it can open up another pool of customers that you may have on your list at the moment, who perhaps you're not engaging with as well as you'd like to. It's absolutely great for getting in contact and engaging with those people too. It not only allows you to do that, like I said, under the radar, it allows you to sell to those people without being salesy at all. It also keeps your what I like to call your goodwill bank account topped up very nicely with those people, and we'll go on to that a little bit later on in the video if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say that. And it also helps you to gain trust and helps you to stand head and shoulders above your competition, and really project yourself as an authority within your marketplace. And that doesn't matter if you've only just started out either. You don't have to have real time served in the industry that you're involved with. You don't have to have monetary proof or income proof in order to create that kind of authority, because I know that is something that a lot of people struggle with. You know, we get a lot of people saying that, Andy, you know, I can't project myself as an authority because I have no income proof to prove that I'm successful in the marketplace that I'm involved with. It's not about your income, okay? It's not about your income, it's about results, and we're going to come on to that later. So this is an awesome method that I think you're going to like, and it's called the triangle of trust. You may have heard of it before. If you have, then chances are you probably won't need to watch the rest of this video, but I would encourage you to bear with me and watch it anyway, because there might be some other little bits of content that I'm going to throw in there that you will find useful. For those of you that don't know what the triangle of trust is, let's get into it now, and I'll show you exactly what this is. Okay, so here's our triangle. Hopefully you can see that on the whiteboard okay. And this is how it goes. You have your list here, okay, and how this method works is what you do is you send to your list an email saying, hey, I've just shot a really cool video and I have posted it on my blog. Go and check it out. That's it. That's all you need to do. I say that's all you need to do. There's obviously a method behind how you execute this, but the structure of this technique, if you like, or this strategy that I use is right there. That's all you do. You send an email to your list saying, hey, I've just shot a really cool video, I think you're going to love it, I've posted it over on my blog, go and check it out, here's the link. That's all you need to do, okay? Now, as far as your video is concerned, that needs to be free content, and it needs to be of good value. You've got to present value to your list, to your customer base. So it needs to teach them something that they really want to know. It needs to help them with the problem they may have in their business at the moment. Anything that will help them to move forward and see some progression in their business. Because, you know, ultimately they don't really care about you. You know, I hate to say that, but it's true. They don't really care about you. They care about themselves and their business. It's you that needs to care about them, not the other way around, okay? They will feed off of you, and that is how you can, you know, get yourself into a position where you kind of do become irreplaceable, because they become reliant on the information you're giving them to help them to move forward. So as far as your video goes, it needs to be good content, good quality content. It doesn't have to be long, you know, it could be 5 minutes, but as long as the content is of value, teaches them something that they really want to know, helps them to move forward in their business, then you've nailed it, you've cracked it. And as far as the the percentage goes in terms of your video and your sales pitch, I would say that your video needs to be 95% content, so mostly content, and then about 5% pitch at the end. If that, might be even less. And the pitch needs to be nice and soft, very light, something like, hey, if you like this kind of stuff that you've just seen in this video that I've just shot for you, then click the link at the bottom, and there's some more really awesome stuff that you might like if you click the link at the bottom. That's it. That's your pitch, okay? And that link may then send them to a product, an affiliate product or a product of your own that is congruent with what you've just shot on your video that you've posted on your blog. So, whatever it is that you're posting about, as long as the product supports that, then that's great, that's fine. And you will make sales. You will make sales using this method. And you do it by not being salesy at all. Can you see how that is not salesy? It's not, is it? It isn't salesy at all. Hey, I've just shot a video. It's really cool. Think it's going to help you out. I've posted it on my blog. Go and check it out. That's it. And then they watch the video. They get the content. They get the value. They think, do you know what? This is awesome. I love this guy. Look at what he's helping me with. Yeah, I'll check out what he says on that link as well. And that takes them to a sales page. Okay, but, and here's the but, you need to remember when you're dealing with your list, when you're dealing with your subscribers, they are not, I've just said it, they're not your subscribers, okay? People on your list, people on my list, they're not your subscribers, they're not my subscribers either, because the chances are, we've covered this before in another video, the chances are they are going to be on other people's lists as well, and you have to remember that. So you've got to be very strategic in how you engineer this, in how you craft your video that you post on your blog, so that you are able to then raise yourself up so you can outcool your competition. Because there will always be somebody else that may also be using this method. So you've got to think about how you structure your video. What you put in there as content, it's got to be valuable. The other reason it's got to be valuable, okay, and I will come on to this later on, is to do with your Goodwill bank account. Because if you use this method more than once, and I highly recommend that you use it a lot, the last thing you want to do is send out poor content. Why? Because if you send out poor content and then you do this again, you use this method again, they're just going to think you're pitching to them. They're going to think, well, I'm not going to open that email. I'm not going to go and click on the link and go to his blog because the last video that he showed me was just, there was nothing in it that I found of value, and then all it was a pitch at the end, really, asking me to go to a sales page. The content has to outweigh the pitch. It has to every single time. If you don't get that balance right on percentage, yeah, and I'm not talking about the length of your pitch versus the length of your video. You might be saying, yeah, but my pitch was only 20 seconds and my video was 10 minutes. It's not about the length of those two things, the pitch and the, I'm not expecting you to do a massive pitch at the end of your video because that would kill probably any content that you put in there. So it's not about the time spent pitching and the time spent with content, it's about the quality of the content. That quality of content needs to be high, needs to be valuable, so that outweighs your pitch at the end. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Now, going on to the other point that we were talking about, people saying, well, Andy, I've only just started out. I can't shoot content that is going to be of value. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's not about shooting videos showing your income proof to prove that you're successful in your market. It's not about that, okay? Let me give you an example. Let's say that you just started out and you're building your list and you haven't even made a single sale yet. You've not made a single sale online and you're thinking, what can I possibly shoot a video about that's going to give value to my list? What can I offer them? Because I can't project myself as an authority because I haven't made any sales yet. So how do I prove that I am an authority within my marketplace? Well, if you're building a list using a landing page, and let's say your landing page is getting, you know, an above average opt-in rate, and when I say above average, I mean, you know, 40% or above, yeah? So it's got to be plus 40%. Anything below that, you need to be looking at your landing page. And again, you know, that's something that we will dive into on other videos about how you can optimize your landing pages to get to this and above. And when I say above, I mean above 50, 60, 70, 80% opt-in rates. Okay? We'll talk about that another time. But if at the moment you are getting above that and you're building your list, then you can send out an email to your list saying, hey, I've just shot a video about how I'm building my list and I'm getting an awesome opt-in rate of, you know, 47, 48%. I've posted that video on my blog, go and check it out. There you go, job done. Okay? They go to your blog, they watch your video, you shoot a video showing them how you've crafted your landing page to achieve that 47, 48, 50% opt-in rate, whatever it may be, and that's helping you to build your list, and so they can do the same. You've got to remember, okay, you've got to remember that it doesn't matter if you feel or think that you're still a beginner in your industry or in your marketplace. Wherever you are, there's always going to be people that are behind you, okay? Never forget that. There's going to be people who are starting out, you know, people who are starting out here on their journey, yeah? And you might be here. And you're thinking, well, I'm still a beginner, you know, because all the other people that I am learning from, you know, they're doing really well and they're all over here somewhere. So I still feel like I'm a beginner here. But to these guys, you're doing stuff that they haven't even got to yet. You're learning stuff that they don't even know yet, or that they haven't implemented in their business yet. And if that's to do with list building, which chances are part of what you're learning should be to do with list building right at the very beginning, because you need to start doing this as soon as possible, okay? And we've stressed that before in videos, that you need, you know, I've talked about list building and the importance of list building. And if you haven't seen that particular video, I mentioned one thing in there, that if I were to go and ask all my other fellow marketers that I know and that I'm good friends with, and I'm talking about 6, 7, 8-figure marketers, then if I said, what's your biggest regret? What in your business, no matter how long your time has been served in the industry, no matter how much money you've made, what would you say is your biggest regret to date? And 99% of them will say they didn't start to build a list soon enough, early on enough. They didn't realise the importance of doing that. So list building is important, and list building, as far as your journey in your online career, should be right at the beginning, But if there's people who haven't got there yet, then that is something that if you're getting, you know, if you're getting these kind of results, then these people here are going to want to know about that. And that will create goodwill for you, and it will create you as an authority in that area. Yeah, so you send out your content, send an email out to your list saying, hey, just shot a video on list building, I'm getting a 48, 49, 50% opt-in rate, and it's really helping me to boost my list building efforts. I've posted the video on my blog, go and check it out. Boom, done. Okay, that is how this is done, and that works every time. And then at the end of your video on your blog that you've posted, you give them the content on how you've built your list, and then right at the end, very, very mellow, mild pitch at the end. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you really like what I've shot here, then you might want to check out what's at the bottom of the video. Just click the link at the bottom for some more cool content. Go to the bottom, takes them to might be a sales page on, or an affiliate offer on list building, for example. Yeah, just to show you how you need to be congruent with what you've shot and the offer that you're presenting to them. So that's how this works, and it works really, really well. Okay, you've got to remember though that your video, when you're shooting it, it has to have a specific outcome. It has to have that real value to them, because as I said earlier, using this method on a regular basis, if you don't craft your videos correctly and strategically so that they do have real good quality content and value to them, then you are going to kill this method for you on future attempts. Because if people don't perceive you as giving value, when you use it again and you say, hey, I've shot a video, chances are your email open rates might be quite low, because they're thinking, well, the last video was pretty crap actually. I'm not going to bother opening this one because the content wasn't really that useful, didn't help me a great deal, and it was just a pitch at the end. So this can fall down if you're not careful. Do it correctly, and this is an awesome method of selling without being salesy, of building trust and credibility and goodwill with your list by using this method, the triangle of trust. Okay. Getting back to the goodwill thing that I was talking about. Let me just get rid of this. Getting back to the goodwill bank account that we were talking about. For those of you that don't understand what that is, let me just draw you a little graph just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. When I say that you can pitch without being salesy, this is what I'm talking about. Let's say, well, this is what I do. Okay, this is what I do. I might send out some free stuff. Okay, I might send out some free stuff without using this. Okay, just free stuff. No pitch, no nothing. Just good quality content. Like this video, for example, that I'm shooting now. Good, useful, quality content. So I might send some stuff out to my list, and my goodwill. Let me just write this down actually. Goodwill, and that's my pitch. Okay, so I send out some really good quality content, and my goodwill goes up like that. Okay, so that's my free stuff. Yeah. And then maybe I don't do anything for a few days, and people start to forget how cool that was when I sent it out, so my goodwill sort of dips a little bit. But then I send out some more free stuff. Okay? So this is free stuff here, this is free stuff here, and my goodwill goes back up again, it's nicely topped up. But in this particular video that I sent out, I use this method. And so I can pitch at this point, yeah? So here, I might do a pitch. Now when you pitch, automatically your goodwill will go down again. But you can then continue to use this method to give you a boost of goodwill and pitch all at the same time. So do you understand what I'm saying here by using this method, yeah? Your goodwill bank account needs to be relatively high in order for you to pitch and get away with it. Otherwise people will start to lose interest in what you have to say. And this method here is a great way of being able to do both, if you like, at the same time. So it allows you to pitch because you're not being salesy when you're doing that, and it allows you to keep your goodwill bank account topped up. Okay? So remember this method, use this method because it works. I guarantee you it works every single time. Okay? But remember that everything you do within your business, using this method included, as far as the strategy that you use, how you engineer all of this, you've got to remember that you have to filter everything you do through your core why. We spoke about that as well in another video. Your why, your core why. Why do you exist as an entity? Not why do you exist as a person, but why do you exist in business, in your marketplace? Why do you do what you do? Why are you there? That should be, when you've figured out that core why, and that's discussed in depth in another video that I've done for you, so check that one out if you can. But when you've figured out what your core why is, this will support your core why. This is one of the strategies that supports your core why, providing you filter what you're doing as far as your content, your videos, what you put on your blog, the content that you give through to your clients and your customers, provided you filter all of that content through your core why, it will support everything that you do. And you will be successful using this method. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found that of use. I use it all the time. Really cool method, builds credibility, creates goodwill. You can sell without being salesy. This is an awesome, awesome method to use. Don't forget it. Implement it in your business. Yeah, educate yourself, implement it, and you will profit in the end. So even if you haven't made any sales yet in your business and you're really wanting to know about how you can do that without being salesy and pitching all the time, this is the method to use while you're building your list. Okay, so I hope you found that of use. If you've got any questions whatsoever, you know where to hit me up. support@thesixfigureworkshop.com on the website. Leave a comment on the blog if you want to as well about this video. If you thought it was great, even if you didn't think it was that cool, then I'd still like to know. I won't be offended, because I want to make sure that the content I give you is useful. Even if there's something that you're struggling with in your business right now, and you want us to shoot a video on that particular subject, then again, leave a comment and let's see if we can sort something out for you, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help. Okay, so Andy Benson again, signing off now. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.